Well, hopefully it's a welcome back to Papa Junk Shop. If not, then just welcome to Papa Junk Shop. So, I'm gonna get some more stuff around for this excavator, mower, weed eater, whatever you want to call it thing. So, any of you that watch my channel regular know that my grandson likes to play with these old tractors. And there's a couple old mower decks that were going to the scrap, so we rescued a couple of bearing assemblies for the mowers, so I'm gonna try to fit one of them up for my mower. So here's a couple. We'll take a look at them, try to figure out which one will be the best choice. So they both do turn. This one doesn't sound too awful bad. We got the pulleys on both of them. This has got a nice big flange on it. And it has a grease fitting. So with this one, I don't see a grease fitting. Bearings are kind of rough. Do have the pulley and the blade, but all the bolts are broke off too. Which, you know, we can drill them out. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one. See if we can get this blade off here and get a closer look at it. Okay, so this one just has a somebody had that underneath instead of there. Well, this one just takes a hole. Boy, that blade has seen some action, hasn't it? Alright, anyways. So that's going to stay on. So, looks like... not sure. Probably should take the bearings out of there and either replace them or put some grease in them. Looks like this will come off and then that goes down through that way. Not absolutely sure. So I'll do a little more exploring and figure out how to get this one apart and see how she looks inside. Before I do that, I'm going to pop this blade off. I want to see how this one mounts. Okay, this one has the star-shaped deal in it. I kind of like that better than I do the one with a nut on it. Now we'll get them both apart and see what they look like. I can probably add a grease fit to this one if necessary. Now this shaft pressed out of there pretty easy. Pretty nasty looking, as you can see. sealed bearings. And I cleaned it up just a little bit on the wire wheel. Looks like there might be nuts in there. That would be nice. I thought they were, you know, like self-tappers that went in there. It's going to have to drill them out. But I might be able to just punch them out of there. I think I'll give that a try before I do anything else with any of this. I used one of these to get this bearing off. Used the press to get this one off. They're common bearings 6204 and 6203. And I had new ones in the drawer over there. So get them put back on. And they did not have nuts on, they are threaded. And I had to drill them out, but I was able to save them all. Just took my time and worked slowly at it. So I think this thing is ready to reassemble. And I don't think I'm going to put a grease fitting in there. This isn't going to like be used for hours on end, and it's not going to be outside in the weather. So I'm just going to go with these sealed bearings. So I'm going to get her back together. Okay, all back together. Runs nice and smooth. This is let's see, it's got a washer and then this pulley with the notches in it, and then it's got a special nut. It's recessed up in there, and it's a self-locker, so I'm not gonna screw it on and stuff because it'll have to come back off when we go to use it. So we got a spindle. So now I can go to work on some of the other parts. Now I'm not going to use like a lawnmower blade on it. I want to make a disc, and I'm not sure how big. I'd like to find something that's already made, like a saw blade or something, but it's got to be, I'm not sure how big, maybe 16 or 18 inches. And I want to mount teeth off of a sickle bar, section knives or whatever they call them, on a disc. That's what I want to use for a blade. So I'm going to hunt through all my goodies and see if I can come up with something for that. And then I have to figure out how to either make this pattern in the disc, or else cut this out of here and incorporate it in the disc. So gonna go to work on search and rescue for parts. Thought I'd get started on the deck. Ruttered around my scrap and found a piece that I think will work for the deck. It's another piece of that stuff. It's, I don't really call it sheet metal, but it's not really plate either. So I got it laid out, marked. I'm going to cut her out and bore some holes in her and bend her and all that good stuff. I'm not going to try to explain it because I don't think I can explain it so you know what it was. So you'll see it as I go along. Got her cut out, some holes drilled in it. The center hole wound up being 4 1/8, and I had a hole saw, so that worked out nicely. So now we got to do some bending. Well, the deck's starting to get some shape to it. Hopefully you guys can see what it's turning into. I got everything bent, and then I piece of 1/8 inch by 1.5" band iron. I used my roller over there to roll it into a circle and got it welded on, and it's welded onto these pieces that are bent up. And I made some end pieces to weld in here to give it a little more support. This is the way it'll look when you're sitting on the excavator. When you go this way, that way with it. This purpose of this is to guide the weeds into it. I don't know if it's going to work. I looked at a bunch of commercial ones, and some of them were like that, and some of them have it facing that way, and so I thought I'd try it this way. So I guess I'll get my spindle mounted in there and start trying to figure out how to get the motor, and well, it's going to be belt driven. I guess you realize that, and the reason for that is, you know, I can easily change speeds, you know, by changing pulley sizes and stuff. And I thought it would be maybe a safety feature too. I'd rather have the belt slip than something really go bad. So, you know, this is another one of my by the seat of your pants things. This may be a way not to make one. I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm going to get started on those other brackets and stuff to get the pump mounted. Actually, get the motor mounted, not the pump. Could be a pump, but we're using it like a motor. Now I come up with a plan. A couple pieces of angle iron inside the circle part with 2 of the bolts go right through the mandrel. There's 2 here, 2 there, 2 back there, and then I bolted all this together so if it doesn't work out I can take it back off. A couple pieces of heavy duty angle iron here, goes up to a plate which the pump is mounted on with a couple of slots in it so I can adjust the belt. So at this point, before I go any further, I'm going to hook my temporary hoses back on there, plug her in, see what happens. Maybe it'll go up in the scrap pile. But we'll see in a little bit. Okay, got her hooked up. I haven't tried it yet, so you're going to see what I see first time. seem half bad. I put a pretty small pulley on the motor part. It's probably about half the size of the big pulley. And it actually didn't seem like too bad a speed. I left the belt just a little loose just in case something went wrong. I wasn't sure about that blade. I still want to try the disc blade with the section knives on it someday when I find the right stuff to do it with. Because this one, it only can go clockwise. The other one will be able to go either way. I guess next I got to figure out how to mount the bugger. Maybe I'll end this video because it's going to take some more thinking for the other part. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.